Hello friends, welcome to week 6 of the 13-week book launch. I'm Eva Nattiello, the author of the New York Times best-selling psychological thriller The Memory Box and Following You, which is my new title that I'm going to be releasing on November the 16th. And that is the book that I'm talking about every week here on Facebook Live, Mondays at 3 o'clock, to give you a peek of what it takes to launch a self-published book, which I am in the middle of doing. I am on week 6, which means week 6 of a 13-week book launch, which means I'm almost halfway to release day, which is exciting and scary as you know what. So today, I first want to talk about how I am loving the questions that you are leaving on these videos. Thank you so much. Last week, a lot of you had a lot of questions. We talked about a lot of stuff last week. And so if you haven't seen them yet, go back. I've answered them all. And hopefully my answers will be helpful to you. And on that note, if you have any questions from any of the older videos, week 1 through week 5, I still look at those. So if you see something, if you see one of those videos and you have a question, leave a question, post a question in the comments section and I'll get back to you. Some people are actually direct messaging me and asking how they can see the older ones. So simply just go to my Facebook page. All of the videos are on both of my pages, my personal page and my author page. So you should see them all there. They're also on YouTube. I think they're on Twitter. If you have any problems finding one, let me know and I will help you out. Okay. So what did I do last week for Following You, for getting it ready for release, for publication? I had a very busy week. I finally finished the interior design and formatting of all of the formats that I'm going to be publishing in. So that means the paperback, the Mobi format, and EPUB. So those are both ebook formats. Depending on the platform, like the Kindle, for instance, uses a Mobi format. Barnes & Noble uses EPUB, so does Kobo, iBooks. So you need to have them all if you want to be publishing your book wide across all platforms. That's done, thank goodness. The cover, I think I told you last week, is done. So that means I was able to order some ARCs, advanced reader copies. So psyched about that and nervous because I sent them to reviewers. And please send me good positive vibes on that. So that's scary, you know, that's normal. It's going to be scary. You send them out to people and you're hoping that they like it, you know, so that's where I stand. Now, what else did I do? I researched blog tour companies. I think I started talking about this last week. Some of you, Linda asked a bunch of questions about that, which I answered. So this week I am collecting information on those, talking to the tour operators to get like what their strategies are and how they run a tour, a book tour. And then I'm going to decide and strategize my own to see, for instance, this is the big question that I have to answer for myself is when to start this virtual book tour. Should I pick a date before the release of the book, so before November 16th? And if I do that, then my book must be on pre-order because obviously who wants to publicize and market a book that's getting attention, getting buzz, getting publicity, but the people who are interested, your ultimate reader, can't act on that. And what I mean by that is buy the book. So you never want to be doing in my view, you don't want to be doing a ton of marketing and publicity for a book that can't be purchased, because, you know, once it's out of that reader's mind, who knows if they're going to come back and buy it once it's released. You know, once you have their interest and you have their attention, you want to be able to have a pre-order link somewhere, or providing a pre-order link so they can act on their interest right there in the moment. So I need to decide whether this virtual book tour is going to start before the actual release day. And here's the pros and the cons of that. Of course, I want early buzz, which now should be the time. We're 7 weeks away, I guess, to launch day, although I did think it was 8, but I'll do the math later. This is the time to be getting some early buzz on the book. But different platforms different retail platforms calculate their sales differently. And what I mean by that is, for instance, on Amazon, first of all, they do not have pre-orders for the paperback. They only have pre-orders for the ebook, for the Kindle. And if a reader buys your book before the release date, the sale is calculated on the day that they bought it. So if I'm launching on November 16th and somebody bought it on the 10th, that's where the sale is counted, okay? So meaning that's where it will show up in your sales ranking. So when you look on your Amazon page and you scroll all the way down, you see what rank your book is, your sales rank. You can tell if there's been sales happening. The other platforms who have pre-orders, they save all of those pre-order sales and they calculate them on the day of launch, which is very awesome, because if you've been selling for 2 months and even a slow trickle of sales, if they all count on the same day, boy, you're going to have some nice ranking on that day, you know. And then what happens is when you have nice ranking, and you're ranking well, most of these retail platforms start to see things are going on your page. You're selling books, you're getting reviews, and then they start marketing your book for you, and specifically taking your book and putting it on other books in your genre, putting it on their pages, saying, hey, if you like a psychological suspense, you'll love this one, okay? So I need to decide what's more important. Is it more important to have that great ranking on the first day, in which case maybe I don't want a pre-order. I want all those sales to happen on that day, but then I am not starting my tour before November 16th, and I'm not providing a pre-order link anywhere. So there's a lot to think about, weighing the pros and cons. Maybe I think I'm leaning towards starting that launch, the tour, the book, virtual book tour, maybe a week before my book comes out, so that week there is buzz. But then the other thing that I need to consider is the book cover reveal. So I am going to do a book cover reveal. I don't know when. I'm deciding that. That's the other thing I have to decide this week, because the same thing there. If I'm going to be revealing my cover, and if bookstagrammers on Instagram and book influencers on Twitter and YouTube are revealing the cover, I want that link to the sales page for them too, because when somebody sees the cover and they hear the description and they think, oh my gosh, that's really the kind of book I love, I want to be able to buy it right then and there. So a lot to consider. When am I going to do the reveal, cover reveal? When am I going to do the book tour? So let's see, what else am I doing this week? Okay, so I talked a little bit last week about NetGalley. And NetGalley is that service that you can put your book, your ebook, up on NetGalley for reviewers, influencers, reviewers. Did I say that already? Sorry. Influencers, librarians, teachers, bookstore owners to read in advance, to ultimately review, which is nice because you get early reviews, which also helps your algorithms on your sales pages. But the downside with NetGalley in my research, first of all, it's a very expensive service. And for indies, you're paying for it yourself and your publisher's not paying for it. And publishers have a deal with NetGalley anyway. So when you're an indie, you're paying, I think it's like $500 or something or $600 for the year. I don't know. It's a lot of money. But what I've also been hearing is that a lot of people are not writing reviews. They're downloading your book, they're reading your book, but they're not leaving the reviews. And that's basically what you're doing it for. You're trying to get the reviews. You're trying to get some interest from these people who might end up either ordering it for their library, ordering it for their bookstore, teachers perhaps ordering it for their students for the required reading lists. So what I discovered is there's another service called Bookfunnel, and I might have mentioned that last week that I was weighing those two out, and so I have decided to go with Bookfunnel, which is a slightly different service because influencers cannot get the book off of Bookfunnel on their own. They need to be sent the link by the person who has the account with Bookfunnel. So if I have a list of influencers that I want to offer the book to, I would send them a link to Bookfunnel where all of this is organized. The book description is there, the book is there, they can download it. Bookfunnel sends out a reminder in 2 weeks to don't forget to write your review to these pages, etc. So that's what I'm going to do. It's really very affordable, and it sounds like, I'm going to give it a try. I'll let you guys know how it goes with Bookfunnel. There is something else I wanted to mention to you, that on Amazon, when you're in pre-order or before your book actually launches and releases, so mine will be on November 16th, they do not allow book reviews to be posted. So, which is a bit of a bummer because again, if somebody's reading it, if I send down an ARC to somebody, I kind of want those reviews to go there, because is that person going to remember? If they're reading it in October, they're going to remember to post the review in November 16th, maybe not. But there is a way to get those reviews posted on Goodreads. So Goodreads will post reviews for books that haven't been released yet. So guys, keep this in mind. Don't discount or ignore what you can do on Goodreads. We'll talk about that a little bit more as we go forward in these weekly videos, but that's the place where you can start getting a lot of buzz, because the retail pages won't post your reviews. You can get them posted there. So that's where you encourage people to go, whether they're they're your influencers that you're getting in touch with, or anyone who's reading your book. It's a great place for them to do it pre-launch. Okay, so the other exciting thing that happened last week is a book club, my very first book club, got in touch with me and wants to be the first book club to read Following You, and wanted to let me know they're going to read it in November. I'm so excited. And I said to them, I want to be there. So I am going to attend their book club meeting via Zoom, I think, or Skype, or we'll figure that out. And they are located in California. So I will propose to anyone who has a book club, and if you want to be the first book club to read Following You in your state, get in touch with me. I have a special treat for you. You will get the book before it's available to the public, so before anyone, and I will attend your book club. I'm gonna have to make a map of the United States. I'm gonna try and do 50 of these, one per state. Well, I hope I'll have more than one per state, but for the launch, let's see if we could get 50 states doing this pre-launch advanced book club. I'm really excited about it. I'm going to have to create, a map of the United States. I'm throwing Puerto Rico in there and Canada. So reach out to me. That'll be super fun. The last thing I'm doing this week, because I keep reading about a paper shortage and the publishing industry is freaking out, I'm going to put in an order for a bulk order for books to have on hand, paperback copies. We're in the middle of a paper shortage, people. And the books that are launching this fall are in jeopardy of not getting printed and perhaps even stocked at bookstores because of a log jam at printers who were not printing in the spring and maybe even at the beginning of the summer, and they are backlogged on printing books. And there's apparently not enough paper. So I'm going to try and put in a bulk order, maybe even today, just to make sure I have some books on hand for, you never know, whatever you need them for. That's my week. Leave your questions, post them in the comments. I will get back to you. Have a great week. Good luck, and I'll see you next Monday. Bye-bye.